everybody. Welcome. My name is Nodramamakeupmama. Obviously, that's not my real name. It would be cool if it was. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you for continuing to come back. So I put out a little poll earlier today about whether I should talk like a little bit more in depth about color, or if I should do the zodiac love signs first impressions. Obviously my makeup's done, so we're not doing a first impressions. However, I will film that video tomorrow. So for all of you who are wondering about zodiac love signs, I will do that video tomorrow. I will do at least 2 eye looks with that, so 1 on each eye. So we'll see how that works. But the decision was kind of made for me because I got a knock on my door today and I was like, ooh, who could it be? And it was the mailman with this. Look, I know it's not new, but it keeps selling out, which means lots of people are buying it. I also thought it was a great way to demonstrate color. It's what I have on my eyes today. Let's start with the basics. Let's break it down. Let's break it all the way down. Okay, a natural eye. A natural eye is considered to be light, medium, and mid to dark tone brown colors because all of our skin, no matter what shade, is some sort of tan brown base. So that's considered a natural eye when you use those colors. Like bronzes and copper, stuff like that are natural colors. But you also have warm neutrals and you have cool neutrals. Warm neutrals are going to be your coppers, your golds, like your mahogany colors, stuff like that. Your cool neutrals are going to be more of your taupes. Sometimes mauve is included in there. Purples with gray undertones sometimes are considered natural. So that's what natural is considered, okay? So when you are deciding what kind of look you want to do, I always find it best for, if you have a big palette like this, and you're like, oh my gosh, because it's overwhelming. There's like 1,000 colors in here, unless you're an artist. You don't want to stick to too much of the same color, because if you don't add a little pop in there, it is going to end up looking monochromatic. And maybe that's what you're going for, and that is a look as well, but you know, you don't want to do all blue or all purple. Okay, I've talked enough. So I'm going to swatch things on my hands, and basically what I'm going to do is show you different color combinations that work well together. I should have gotten makeup wipes. I don't know why I didn't bring makeup wipes out here. That would have been a lot smarter than what I have. So I'm gonna clean my fingers off because I want to make sure I have clean swatches. All right, so Jessica, we came here for colors. Tell us about colors. Okay, I will. Hold your horses. I have to clean my fingers because otherwise it's not true. I feel like this video is gonna be boring. I'm sorry guys if it is. Basically there's rules of thumb with color. You know, but rules are meant to be broken. Like, it's fun to explore. It's fun to, you know, play with color and everything. And you kind of just gotta try. You know, you want to try. There are colors that naturally go together. Greens go very well with pinks and with browns. So green, pink, and brown. A lot of times you'll see those in an eyeshadow quad or eyeshadow trio, green, pink, brown. Blues go well with purples and taupes, which I know sounds weird, but blue is a very, one, it's really hard to find a good blue, and 2, blue is intense. Like, I don't care what color skin you have, blue is an intense color shadow, and you were making a statement with that. So if you were making a statement, you kind of need that taupe color to kind of channel it down a little bit, or gray, which gray, taupe, kind of the same thing. But those purples and blues work very well together, obviously. Pinks and blues work not so well together. That gives you a very 80s look. So if you're going for an 80s look, then that's fantastic. Or you're going for like very editorial. But if you want to introduce color into your everyday life, that is not the way to do it. Like I said, basically you take any neutral, so any kind of brown, and you mix it with one color. And it looks good, as long as you're mixing 2 colors that look good together. What I'm gonna do now to show you is I'm gonna swatch all the browns in this palette. So I'm gonna hold my little thing so I know what I'm doing. So the first brown in this palette is called Tea. It is a cool toned brown. That's Tea. Okay. And then I'm going to swatch Punch Me. Names of these colors, y'all. And Punch Me is a warm kind of camel tone. Then I'm going to swatch Boutique. Just brownish, no, sorry. Mary. Mary is what I would consider a neutral color. It has a lot of pink in it, but it is definitely a neutral. Okay, so what I'm basically doing is swatching a bunch of browns. Then we're gonna do, I have it upside down. No, Boutique. I need to clean my fingers. All right, so we're gonna start with those because that's, well, no, I have more room in my arm, so that's Boutique. Clean my fingers off real quick. I'm gonna go in with Code James, which is in one of the bigger circles. And it's still what I would consider a neutral, but it is definitely orange. Hey Larry, can you come bring the camera in so that this is, so I can't bend my arm that way. Thanks, Larry. All right, so far we have these 5, and the last one I did was Code James, so then I'm gonna do 10% off. That's clever of him, because Code James is 10% off. Then I'm gonna do No Beans. All right, so there are the browns in the James Charles palette, okay? So they're all different tones, all different undertones. So I'm gonna swatch a color that's a color that will complement each of these tones, and then that's just something that you can play with. So the first one on here is Tea, which is this dark taupey color. Now you see the undertone of this is more of a gray. So this is one that I would use like a mid-tone purple with. So I'm gonna swatch right above that one. See how good that looks together? And that would be a great way to introduce color without it being too extreme. So, done. Okay, moving on. Next brown is the Punch Me, which is that kind of, it's almost like a mustard colored, like a Dijon mustard. This is one that I would use with more of like a coral tone. So I'm gonna use it with Rusted. You can just swipe that above there and see how pretty those go together. Ooh, ah. The next one I did was Boutique, which is that more pink color. You can stay monochromatic and stay with the pink, but if you want to do something different, I'm going to go in with Cape Cod, which is kind of a marini bluey green. Look at that, guys. It's like they were meant to be together. Then the next one is Boutique, which is that kind of maroony color. Now this color, I would go with more of a mauvey pink. Something like that. Would be really pretty. Then the next one is Code James, which is very orange. So to combat that orange, kind of not combat it, but you know, chill it out a little. I'm gonna go into Shook. And that's just that, it's got that same kind of undertone, but it's a copper. And then after that, Code James is 10% off, which is this medium tone brown. With this one, I would go a little spicier. This would be where I would get into like the reds, which this red is called, you're kidding. I mean, that would be a fun eye. And then the last one is No Beans, which is this dark brown. And good color for this would be the greens. So I'm gonna go in right in with that forest green that they have. And obviously these are swatches, but that's just a good idea of color pairing. And you're like, Jessica, how do I transition these? Well, let me show you. So for these two, you've got a pink and you've got a gray toned brown. So in order to transition these two, you need something that's kind of in the middle and you want something that's a foily color. So I'm gonna go in with Halloween. No, I'm not. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm going in with Literally, which is that rosy pink color. And see, if you put that in between the two and kind of, ooh, I have a feather on my hand. Meld that in. The gold in that brings out the brown and the transition color, but it is pink and it makes that stand out more. So that would be a good 3-color eye look. With this one, since you've got kind of like a mustard and an orange, I know that sounds really gross, but it actually is pretty on. That one I would go into something like Halloween and just deepen it up. And what that is just a foil that's kind of the same color as the orange, but it gives you that softer, more transition-y look again. For the next one, we had Mary and Cape Cod, which is the pink nude and the blue. These are a little harder. Usually what I like to do with these is just darken one of the colors. So in this situation, since you are using blue, I would probably go in with a color like Boutique and just darken that. Because like I said, blue can be a bit overpowering. Oh, I made a heart. So cute. Okay, for this one, you've got the magenta and then like the warm tone brown. This one is where you would go in with like a purple. So I'm gonna go into that dark purple Escape. I'm gonna try to make a heart on all of them now because that's cute. And see how that kind of looks like it's shooting out, right? All right, then the next one we have the Literally and the Code James. So this one is, I think, is probably the most natural look. So for this V, I would actually go a little cray-cray. And I'm gonna go into, hold on, no. What am I doing? I just lost my train of thought. All right, so this one I would go more in with like that rusted color and kind of brighten it up a little. Since it is more of a neutral kind of tone, that would brighten it up a little. This one you got brown and red, so you're already kind of going, whoa, whoa, guys, caution, extreme danger. So that would be a good one to go in with a metallic. I'm really digging this Halloween, guys, because that's a color that's a really nice transition between the two, just to kind of blend them in. And then if you wanted to go back in with like a little T right in the corner, like that would just be really pretty. Then for the green and brown, since the green is so dark and the brown is so dark, I'm actually going to go in with a lighter green. And it's that green with the gold shift, the guac. And that would actually be more of a green eye. If you didn't want to do green, you could always go in with a gold. Well, you can't even see that. Gold. I need the gold. So yeah. So these are different color combinations. Obviously, those are swatches. It would look different on your eyes. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what some color combinations are that look good together. So that's a good idea for some general, you know, colors that go together. But play with it, you know. If you want to do a purple and a yellow eye, do a purple and a yellow eye, girl. If you want to do a green and a blue eye, do a green and a blue eye. You know, sometimes the best inspiration comes from thinking of like a theme. Like sometimes themey stuff is good. Like you're like, ooh, I want to do a mermaid eye. So you're obviously going to do aquatic colors. And so you would do more blues and greens and purples. Or you're like, you know what, I want to do a romantic eye. So you'd use rose golds and gold and brown. Just so you just have to kind of figure out what level of comfort you are on the color scale and work from there. So if you're still in the neutrals, you know, start with some oranges, start with some reds, kind of just work them in, rose gold, stuff like that. Work those into your library. And then once you get more comfortable with that, then maybe move to pink. Because That's not kind of a rose gold pink is a natural progression. And that way, once you get comfortable with pink, you'll be good with purple. And once you're comfortable with purple, you'll be good with blue. And then once you're comfortable with blue, you'll be good with green. And then, girl, the world is yours. So that's how I think the progression of color should go, as far as level of comfort. Because the further away you get from brown, the more intense it is. So yeah, so that's really it. Tomorrow I will be filming the zodiac love signs. I'll do a first impressions. I'll do a tutorial on it. And then Wednesday we are going to do a live challenge. Don't forget, guys, that I am doing my 1,000 subscriber, which is just crazy to say, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And that will be held when I reach 1,000 subscribers. I have put some new things in there. We'll talk about that on the live. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed to my channel. You have to like and comment on a video. You only get 1 entry per video that you like and comment on. So if you comment 3 times, you get 1 entry. But if you like and comment on 3 videos, you get 3 entries. You can also get 2 extra entries for following me on Instagram at Nodramamakeupmama, or following me on Twitter at Nodramamakeupm1 as my Twitter handle, because apparently that was too long. Yeah, and it is the last week, I believe, or the last week and a half to do the Sephora testimonials. I know a bunch of you have already done them for me, and I really, really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to fill one out, you can. Feel free to. I would love it. It would be awesome. And just everybody just take a deep breath and be still.